Hey, hello friends, and welcome back. So, guys, today we are back with another explosive topic. So, guys, today I want to talk about something that 4 years later still reshapes how we understand the intelligence, leadership, and political psychology. So, guys, The Guardian has published a deep investigation into how the CIA and MI6 uncovered Russia's President Vladimir Putin's invasion plans months before February 24, 2022, and why almost nobody believed them. So, guys, this is not just a story about who was right, it's a story about why smart governments ignored the accurate intelligence. So, guys, what happens next? By late 2021, US and British intelligence agencies has gathered significant indicators that Russia was preparing for a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Satellite imagery showed massive troop buildups. Signals intelligence suggested unusual operational coordination, and planning details pointed towards Kyiv, not just the Donbass. CIA Director William Burns even warned Putin directly in November 2021. And according to the accounts, Burns' written convinced war was coming. And yet, across Europe and even in the Kiev, skepticism dominated. So, guys, why? The first reason was historical trauma. The Iraq War in 2003 left deep scars. European leaders remembered how intelligence had been used to justify a catastrophic intervention. So, when the Washington said, "Trust us," many European officials hesitate. The credibility deficit from Iraq shaped decision making nearly 2 decades later. And secondly, there was a psychological barrier. Many analysts believe Putin was rational in a traditional cost benefit sense. A full invasion seemed self destructive. Sanctions, isolation, military risk. So instead of asking, "Is he preparing?" they asked, "Why would he?" And that framing difference shaped conclusions. And thirdly, there was overconfidence in Russia's internal logic. Some European services assumed Russian intelligence agencies would warn Putin about Ukrainian resistance. Ironically, both Western governments and Putin himself overestimated Russia's military capability and underestimated Ukrainian resistance. And that mutual miscalculation became one of the war's defining dynamics. So, guys, now here is the deeper lesson. Intelligence collection actually worked. The CIA and MI6 correctly assess the invasion scenario. But intelligence is only powerful if decision makers are willing to accept uncomfortable conclusions. In Ukraine's cases, President Zelensky feared public panic, economic collapse, and political destabilization. From his perspective, openly preparing for invasion could trigger the very crisis Russia wanted actually. And that created a strategic dilemma. So if you mobilize early, you risk the economic collapse. And if you delay, you risk military disadvantage. In hindsight, critics argue martial law should have been imposed earlier, and supporters argue that avoiding panic may have preserved national stability long enough to resist. Meanwhile, even the intelligence success had limits. US and British agencies predicted invasion, but they expected Kiev to fall quickly, and they prepared for exile government scenarios and insurgency planning. What they did not predict was the scale of Ukrainian resilience and Russia's operational dysfunction. Planning insight does not equal outcome prediction, guys. There is also a structural insight here about the authoritarian systems. Putin reportedly limited knowledge of the invasion to a tiny circle. When power is centralized and dissent is risky, flawed assumptions go unchallenged. Russian planners believe only 90% of Ukrainians would resist. That misjudgment shaped everything from troop deployment to logistical planning. Western analysts relied partly on the Russia's own capability assessment, which turned out to be inflated. So, guys, we had a rare paradox. Western intelligence got the invasion right, but they misjudged the war's trajectory. And European services got the trajectory skepticism right, doubting Russia could easily seize Kyiv, but failed to believe the invasion would happen at all. Now, 4 years later, the lesson for intelligence agencies is clear, guys. Do not dismiss worst case scenarios simply because they feel irrational. And strategic decisions are not always rational in economic terms, they can be ideological, historical, or personal. Putin reportedly saw Ukraine as a central to his legacy that also matters. And today in 2026, this story matters even more, guys. We are entering a period where geopolitical assumptions are shifting again. Intelligence services across Europe are now explicitly modeling worst case scenarios, from infrastructure attacks to unconventional escalation, precisely because Ukraine exposed how dangerous disbelief can be. So, guys, the core takeaway is simple. Intelligence failure is not always about missing information. Sometimes it's about refusing to imagine that the improbable is possible. As we move forward into a more uncertain global environment, the question is not whether intelligence agencies can collect data. The question is whether leaders are psychologically and politically prepared to act on it. So, guys, if you found this analysis valuable, stay tuned because understanding the pre war miscalculations helped us understand today's geopolitical risk far better than reacting to the headlines. And I will see you guys in the next live discussion. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to our channel for such amazing daily breakdowns. And let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll love to hear and respond back. Thank you.